and good morning and welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff here, and today we're going to start building a new set. We might even finish it. I'm not sure. But if we don't, it will carry over tomorrow, and we'll start another one tomorrow as well. Anyway, what set are we building today? Set number 60471. It is the Arctic Explorer Truck Lab thing. I'm sorry, I already threw away the box, which is why I'm not holding up the box, but it comes with a snowmobile and a small little cave-in thing and this truck. So let's go ahead and let's get started with the snowmobile. Hey, Greg, how's it going? I've actually had a really good morning. My night was a little rough, thanks to Max. I was getting ready for bed, and I usually close my door all the way, but I forgot to. So when I got done brushing my teeth and all that stuff I do before I go to bed, there was someone waiting for me in my bed, and his name was Max. And sleeping with a 20-pound cat is extremely hard because he takes up most of the bed. So I had a crappy night's sleep, but it was cute to have him with me. My morning has been really well, and the reason my morning has been really well is I got a call from my doctor's office, and the stomach scan that I had done this week, the results are back. There's no concerns whatsoever. There's no precancerous cells. There's nothing. Everything came back 100% normal. And so they told me I don't need another scan for 10 years. So I think I told you guys this, but at my birthday in June, I said that I was going to take care of myself better and take care of some of my health problems. And this was part of it. And I'm happy to know that the efforts that I've made, diet changes and stuff, have paid off. So anyway, Greg, do I have any recent pictures of Max? Yeah, I do actually. I took one last night of him in my bed. And of course, we got a recent picture of Enzo because he's right there. Little brat dog. Oh, that's not a very clear picture. Shoot. I thought it was clearer than that. But this is Max right here in my messy bed. I don't think I have any other pictures of him recent because I'm not the one that takes pictures of him all the time. That'd be Spencer. No, I don't have any other recent pictures. Anyway, I'm very happy, like I said, to have those test results back and everything is normal. It's exactly what I needed to hear. So anyway, next issue is the weight. And, well, actually, it's not the weight. It's the sleep. Because when I get good sleep, the weight just comes off pretty easily. So I really need to focus on getting the proper sleep. So, and Greg says, I want the Chocolate Factory and the Black Pearl. Yeah, I'm with you on the Chocolate Factory. The Black Pearl, not so much, but that's only because I already have the original version of it. I think if I didn't have the original version, that I would definitely want this new version. But the problem is the price. And because I already have the original, I kind of don't want to put the money towards it. So, but I don't think it's a bad set. I have looked at it, and like I said, if I didn't have the original, I probably would be buying this one. So I hope you're able to get both, Greg, and I hope you enjoy getting both and building it. So, well, we've got some news of the weird today, and I'll start off with one that, in my opinion, was, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Talk about over-policing. Okay, only in Iowa could you be arrested for simulated public intoxication. Yeah, so the guy wasn't even drunk. He was just acting drunk. KCRG-TV reported that on August 18th, Fayette County Sheriff's deputies were called about individuals lying in a ditch at about 5:30 a.m. Caleb Parker, who's 31, was the only one still around when officers arrived. He was arrested and charged with a dubious crime of pretending to be drunk. Like I said, if that's not a serious overreach, I don't know what it is. I mean, look, man, if you're not actually drunk and you're just pranking, I don't see how that's a crime. And there's ways to check that. So anyway, kind of dumb. But I do like News of the Weird. That's why I read them. And Greg says it has movable cannons. Okay, so you mean? Oh no! Oh, God dang it! I don't even have an HP printer. Something pops up and asks me if I want to update my HP printer. I don't even have one. Oh, hi and bye. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by, Alexander. Appreciate that. Oh, my phone just went off. What happened here? Oh, that's Greg. All right. All right. Well, let's get to building this thing. And I like this little snowmobile. I'm actually going to have a section of my city that's going to be Arctic or snowy or whatever, cold, like a winter village. There. That's what I was looking for. Speaking of that, I was working on my city last night, and I'm still waiting for my parts to come in. Some of them are supposed to come in tomorrow, and the rest are supposed to come in on Friday. Or Saturday, excuse me. So I'm looking forward to that. And we are done with the snowmobile, by the way. And that's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and grab the other instruction booklet, and we're going to do the little coyote/wolf hangout. It's a detailed. Okay, I will definitely take a look at that. Thank you for sending that, Greg. I appreciate it. I did see a different YouTuber that had a video out of the Black Pearl. And like I said, it doesn't. It looks like a good one. I just already have the original. So, all right. So we got this second minifigure here. Hey, John, how's it going? And YouTube's really acting funny because we've got two people talking to each other here, and that's great. But YouTube's telling me I only have one viewer right now. So which one of you is fake? I'm just kidding. Bad joke. So. Well, John, I already shared this, but I'll share it again since you didn't hear this. I got a call from my doctor this morning, and the 4 biopsies they took came back, and they are all completely normal. And they said that I don't need to have another scan for 10 years. So, stomach problems, gone. Well, I still need to take my acid reflux medication, but it's controlling it to the point where there's no danger of cancer. So, very, very happy about that. That's like the best news I could have gotten this morning. Oh, I was talking about this earlier, working on the city. I was working on it last night. I was working on the jet ski store a little bit and working on the coastline. I over on the, if you're facing the city, the far left, right in front of the Ninja Turtles layer, there's a cliff that goes straight into the water, and it had the old blue 4x4 plates when I changed over to using black. And so last night I had to tear up that cliff wall so I could get to the plates because they were sandwiched in there and there's no way to get it out. I tried gently lifting it and all that. It didn't work, so I had to just tear it down, take pictures of it before I did that, and then tear it down, and then carefully use the pictures to reconstruct it. And I did replace all the plates, and so now it looks the same with the rest of the coastline. So that's good. And then I started working on where, again, the sewage piece comes out and meets the ocean. I used the wrong color plates again, didn't plan ahead very well, so I tore that up and I replaced it so it's all uniform. And then, like I said, I worked on the jet ski store a little bit and worked on the coastline a little bit past that. And I was out there for about 3 hours last night. I'm hoping today's supposed to be another cool day, so I'm hoping that after this I can spend some time. I do have a couple Bricklink orders put together, but that shouldn't be too bad at all. I should be able to just get that done and be good with it. And then also I will be doing oh yes, Greg, I was just gonna get to that. Thanks for bringing up, you read my mind, Greg, because I was just gonna mention that. Yes, actually, I have some steaks in the refrigerator. I bought them yesterday on special, like I always do. Well, that's cool. No, it's not. I'm missing a piece. Did I leave it in the bag? I did not leave it in the bag. This is really getting old with Lego. I don't even like contacting them anymore. Let them know I have missing pieces because they claim that I'm making too many claims. And it's like, no, I opened it up right in front of everybody. Well, all right. I'm missing one of these round right here. And I think my store might have one. So let's I'm gonna head over to my store and see if I've got it. If I do, it's just down the basement. Yeah, Greg, I'm gonna cook up some of them steaks, and then also I'm gonna do another live stream tonight. We're gonna do the Neuschwanstein Castle, and this should be the last one, and we'll finish that up. So we got that going on. Let's see if we've got one. Just looking at my inventory. I do. I've got one in white. All right. Well, I hate to ask this of you guys, but if you could just hold on 1 minute, and we'll get that piece. And it's just down in the basement. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. What do you like to get from KFC, Greg? Because I admit, I have not been to KFC for years now. All right. All right, so we have this tree here, and we got to build one more. Okay. Yeah, for some reason they gave us a window piece that has nothing to do with this set. But yeah, we're missing this piece. That's probably why their scale didn't catch the shorter piece. But hey, that's the nice thing about having my Bricklink store is that a lot of times, you know, I part out things from current sets. So the pieces that are currently available are usually in my store. So I can go over and steal it. Now, this one's going to be a monster. This is 8 bags, as you can see. But we're going to get started on this. No guarantees we're going to finish it today. But we are going to work on it. And so let's slide over everything we need for that. And Greg, how's your job going? You've been there for, well, as long as I've known you. And I've known you for about 3-4 years now. You've worked at the same place. So just wondering how that's going. And you know, I applied for another accounting job yesterday. And I mean, obviously I haven't heard anything yet. And I don't know, not to be negative, but I am very frustrated with the job market. I have applied and applied and applied, and I just can't seem to land an interview. Over 150 applications and only 2 interviews. And, you know, I really did think it was me at first. And then I went on LinkedIn and checked a couple things, and I've seen a couple articles where other people are talking about how crazy the job market is right now. Excuse me, I need to get something to drink. And they talked about how it's been, I'm not the only one. There was one guy who said that he has done 250 applications and only had 1 interview. So I've done 150 and I've had 2. So that tells you right there that, yeah, there's something wrong. And it's not me, it's the job market. Another accounting job, haha, figures. Yeah, it does figure. Figures real nicely, John. No, it was basically a job accountant, which basically means whenever the construction company has certain jobs, they try to track everything under that umbrella of the job so that they can get proper accounting to make sure that they are making money off said project. And I used to do that kind of accounting when I worked for a place called QED Group. They were in DC, and they worked. Now they had many things they did, but their primary customer was the CDC. They had several contracts with the CDC, but that wasn't their only line of business. They did some stuff. It wasn't Doctors Without Borders. I don't remember the name of the group, but it was close. They had the same mission where doctors volunteered their time in foreign countries, usually Africa, and they provided free medical care to people who otherwise wouldn't have it. And they were a nonprofit, so we did their accounting for them. And again, that was cost project related kind of stuff. And I know I'm probably boring you by mentioning all that, but what I'm saying is I have extensive experience in doing that. So I thought it was a great fit to apply for it. We just have to wait and see if they agree with me that it's a good fit. So Jenny's doing good. I talked to Jenny last night. She's getting back into the groove of things after being gone for a month. And my daughter, Natalie, is going to Texas this weekend because she's got a 4-day weekend. Even though it's a 3-day holiday, it's 4 for them because they usually give them Friday off before. So my daughter is flying into Texas tomorrow, and they will be spending time together, as well as Natalie will be bringing Anais, that's my youngest granddaughter, with her so that Asia and her sister can spend time together, and Mrs. Chip gets to spend time with all of them. I have to admit, I'm a little jealous because I would like that. And that's why I'm staying with my current job, though I hate it a lot. Yeah, you know, John, I get it, man. I still wished I had my job, but political environment changed, and well, there's not much I can do about that. So but it'll be all right. But I mean, I don't mean to preach at you guys, so I hope you don't mind me saying this, but somehow in my life, God's always made sure that I make it through. So I fully trust that whatever's happening, I will be able to find the opportunities that I need to make the money I need to continue to be able to support myself and my family. So one way or another, it's going to work itself out. So I don't worry about stuff like that. Anyway, for those who are just joining, because I see a few new people walked in, I've been very open about my health, and I had a scan done on my stomach, a scope done on Tuesday, and today's Thursday. And well, they found precancer cells a few things back, I guess. I don't know a few scans back, and they've been monitoring it every couple years. I did another scan Tuesday. They did the biopsy. The biopsy came back. I got the phone call probably about 15, 20 minutes for the stream, and they let me know that the results were completely normal, no precancerous cells. And so they said that I can forego any further scanning for a total of 10 years. So I am very happy with that. That's the best news that I've heard in, boy, I don't even know how long. Just awesome. And like I said, now that I've got that issue under control, my next target is going to be my weight. Well, actually sleep, I'm sorry. Because when I get proper sleep, the weight just sheds. And I do not get proper sleep very often, and that is definitely my fault. So that is going to become my next target in my life, is making sure that every night I sleep properly and enough. So again, I'm dedicated to fixing the problems that I have and overcoming them, and hopefully I can get myself down to a healthy weight and all that good stuff. Okay, it says, oh, okay, I see now why it's 8. All right. This almost makes me want to break out all my other Arctic sets that I have. I have quite a few. And obviously, I'm going to have an Arctic section of my city. Because unofficially, this is not official. I know I'm not going to be able to fit all of my sets. But I would like to get as close as I can to having all of my sets somewhere in the city. But obviously, some of them are not going to fit. Like, I have both versions of the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon, and how you stick that in the city, I don't know. So there's some sets that won't do, or like the AT-AT Walker. I seriously doubt that's going to somehow be cohesive with my city. I'm sure there's a few HOAs that will not like to have an AT-AT in the neighborhood. All right, so we got bag number 3 done. Let's shoot up to bag number 4. All right. This part of the build is not exciting. This part of the build is where I can't see what it is yet, and it's not really taking shape very fast. And it's always funny how these work, because it's always this way in the beginning. And then the set kind of evolves as you put more pieces to it. Yeah. And Greg says, next stop for Natalie and the grandkids is the grandpa's house. I wish. Whenever I call Aussie and we video chat, she always wants to see the chickens. She calls them box. And honestly, I miss the heck out of my grandkids. They're just good kids. And also, I love being called Grandpa Lego. It's refreshing to have the kids to know me by a name that I proudly will wear. If you got me a name tag that said Grandpa Lego, I would wear it everywhere just because I'm me, and I wouldn't care what other people think. All right. Another news of the weird here. It's called the Passing Parade. Yeah, this one would be quite embarrassing. All right, so this one takes place in Vernon, Connecticut at Northeast Elementary School playground. On August 16th was just another happy Saturday at Northeast Elementary School playground in Vernon, Connecticut, until it wasn't. All right. Okay, well, what happened here? A 40-year-old man who became trapped in a tube slide had to be rescued by the town of Vernon Fire Department. When first responders arrived, the unnamed man was stuck in the middle of the slide. He was provided oxygen, and ventilation was set up to cool the space. After 30 minutes, which included taking the slide completely apart, the man was rescued and refused medical care or transport to a hospital. Yikes. Yeah, I would I definitely see why he wants to remain unnamed. That is embarrassing as ever. And if that ever happened to me, yeah, you're not going to hear from me. That's one of those situations where you don't tell a soul. We actually, speaking of that, when I worked for DFAST back in 2005, 2006, we had a gal. I don't remember her name. I remember what she looks like, though. She was a bigger woman. And without going into graphic detail, let's just say she got stuck while using the bathroom in a stall. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not. Your imagination can run wild, and please let it run wild, because you're probably going to picture what happened. Yeah, they had to call the fire department. They had to show up, and kind of a similar situation. They had to kind of take apart the stall to get her out. I really felt bad for her because I never made fun of her. I wouldn't have. I understand that it's embarrassing enough, but there were some people that even 6 months later were still talking SH to her, and well, that must have been embarrassing. Well, of course it was. Shut up, dude. Like, you don't got to rub it in. But yeah, she got stuck in a stall, bathroom stall, in the ladies' room. And like I said, let your imagination run wild, and you'll probably get a mental image of how she got stuck. All right, now this is starting to take shape because we've got some of the outer stuff layer going. That's kind of how it is with all Lego sets, including Star Wars, especially Star Wars, because you have all that Technic and stuff in the middle, and then boom, all of a sudden it starts taking its shape. Well, Greg, if I had a little bit more money, I would go down and see them this weekend. I would love to see all of them. Natalie, Jenny, the grandkids. The only problem is it'd be a sin for me to show up without a Lego set. I think I wouldn't survive showing up without a Lego set. All right, looks like we're building a couple beds inside here. All right. It's actually starting to get pretty warm up here. I thought it was supposed to be a cooler day outside, but maybe I was smoking crack when I looked at the weather forecast. Yes, you are correct, Greg. It is also a sin not to take my granddaughter Asia to IHOP. Yes, definitely. That little girl loves IHOP. And not that I want to talk about anything political, but Mrs. Chip, her favorite restaurant is Cracker Barrel. I do understand they came under fire recently for some decisions they made. I'm not sure how much Mrs. Chip likes them now, but yeah. What is your favorite restaurant, Greg? And John, what's your favorite restaurant? My favorite restaurant doesn't exist anymore. They went out of business, unfortunately. It was called Don Pablo's, and their commercial tagline was the real enchilada. They were really good. I love Don Pablo's. What had happened to Don Pablo's is they got bought out by a bigger brand, and the bigger brand was only focused on squeezing every last dollar they could out of them. It didn't last very long, only a few short years, and Don Pablo, it just winked out of existence, and there are none left. And it really, I hated it because where we lived in Columbus, when we lived there, there was one like 2 miles from our house. And then whenever we went to Jenny's parents' house, there was one about 5 miles from their house. So I was the two most frequent places I went. There was a Don Pablo's within a short driving distance. And I really missed them. They had the El Conquistador, the Conqueror. And that was a big old plate, and I'm talking big. And it had, oh my gosh, it had so much on there. It was good stuff. So, wondering what your guys' favorite restaurants are. And what is your favorite dish there? All right, we got a sticker to do. 2 stickers, excuse me. Wingstop, Firehouse Subs, and Chick-fil-A. Those are good choices. I do like Wingstop. In fact, I have a friend who works at a wing stop in Brigham City, which is about an hour from here. And Firehouse subs do have some really good subs. My compliment to them is that I have never had a dry sub. Their subs are always juicy, and I just like the taste. So, and Chick-fil-A, yeah, that's a good one too. I like Chick-fil-A, whether you agree with them or not. The fact that they stick to their guns about their moral compass, I have respect for them, because a lot of people these days will sell out in a heartbeat. And all you got to do is mention cancel culture, and a lot of people cave. And Chick-fil-A is one of those companies that says, nah, we're not doing that. So I respect them just for that. And I have to be careful about this, because YouTube will not like what I'm going to say here next. So please follow me and put on your, well, I was about to say something they wouldn't like either. Put on your Dr. Demento thinking cap here. I'm just kidding. I had to use 80s reference there. So you guys might have heard what happened in Minneapolis. Tragedy. Some people were ended, or you could say their off button was switched. And I have a really good friend, Brian, that I grew up with ever since we were toddlers. And Brian lives in Minneapolis with his family. And I was concerned because his wife works for a school. I don't know which school, but I was able to get in contact with him last night. And I still don't know which school his wife works at, but it is not the school that happened at. And their family was completely unaffected by this whole entire thing, which I am grateful for, because, like I said, I've known the guy ever since we've been toddlers. So, of course, I'm going to check in on him. All right, we got another bag here. Oh, we got another minifigure. That has, I think it was 5 minifigures. Oh, this is a doctor. Oh, cool. There we go. Oh, it's not focusing. All right. Well, that's about as good as I can get it. So we've got 3 minifigures done now. You know, seeing as we only have this vehicle left, it's hard to believe that we've got this bag and 5 more after this. And it's all just this vehicle. And these other bags are not small. So I don't see where those 5 bags are going. Of course, we could use the old Griswold, bend over and I'll show you. But, yeah. And let me do something here. It's getting really hot up here. So let me turn on the air conditioner up here. If this thing ever quits thinking, I'll do that. There we go. All right. Hey, Greg, how's your family doing? Mom, dad, sister, all of them, how they doing? And John, how's the pup? Well, let's do another news of the weird here. This one's underneath the least competent criminal. And this one actually, in my opinion, covers a tragedy. And but yes, the guy wasn't very smart about it, and that's why he's in here, not because he's a genius and he got away with the crime. Okay, so you guys might have heard of the story of this guy in Los Angeles that ended his wife's life and then took off with the three kids to Peru. This is what this story is about. According to this, those pesky home surveillance systems. Now, you got to understand something. I mean, if you have a home surveillance system, committing crimes is not the smartest thing overall. First of all, and they're even worse when you do that with a home surveillance system where it's going to tell on you, which is exactly what happened here. The Los Angeles County Sheriff took a missing persons report on August the 12th in regards to Shayla Cabrero. She was 33. But the next day, as detectives viewed videos from a neighbor's, so it was a neighbor's ring door. Okay, all right, still. Viewed video from a neighbor's ring doorbell, they spied Cabrero's husband, 36, struggling to pull a heavy sack or sheet away from the home. 3 days later, a sack containing, I can't say that, was found in the Angeles National Forest. Her husband allegedly fled to Peru, where local authorities picked him up and then released him pending charges. The couple's 3 children were also found safe in Peru. Now, what a tragedy. What a tragedy. Someone had to lose their life. Especially because they're young kids that lost a mother as well. Sure makes me wish there was another way to resolve things, as if there's not. There is. That air conditioner feels good. It's getting way too warm in here. All right. Greg, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where is one place that you must see, that you want, just you if money wasn't an issue, you could just go? Like, what would be your must-see shop? I'll tell you, mine would be Mount Everest. Yes, I understand I'm not in the physical condition to climb Mount Everest, but I would love to have say I conquered Mount Everest, and also that just to be able to see the breathtaking views and all that good stuff from there. I think that'd be super cool. And John, what if you're still around? What is your must see? Like, if you could go anywhere in the world and money was not the issue, you could just go. What would you do? Where would you go? I'm still not seeing 5 bags after this one. But I guess we'll see what it is when we get there, huh? All right. With all these studs on the side, I'm pretty sure there's going to be all kinds of things to make this not a smooth box. It's going to have a lot of character to it, that's for sure. At least that's what it's looking like. And I did not open the other bags, but I'm going to go ahead and open them because I don't want to do a 46-minute stream. That's too short. Oh, Spencer did wake me up early this morning, and that's because he rides an e-bike to work, and the fog was so thick this morning that he was not comfortable because, I mean, you really couldn't see that. You couldn't even see across my yard, and he was afraid that if he was on the highway that somebody else wouldn't be able to see him, and because he's just on a little e-bike that he would pay for things dearly. And so he woke me up and asked for a ride, and I don't have a problem giving my son a ride. So I took him to work and came home, went back to bed. But yeah, the fog was really thick. Oh, shoot, wrong side. Okay, we got some more stickers. How's the weather where you guys are at? Okay, we got another bag. This one's a little bit smaller of a bag, but the other ones are not. All right. Another news of the weird. In Hillsborough County, Florida, a drone crashed into a home at about 1:30 a.m. on August 19th, Fox 5 TV reported. All right. The homeowners retrieved the drone from the backyard before the drone's owner, Jason Brooks, 49, knocked on the front door, which at that point they called the police. Sheriff Chad Chronister said the homeowner found a cloth bag attached to a drone with 4 other bags inside. 3 bags with fentanyl powder and 1 bag contained methamphetamine. Okay. Well, I'm starting to see how this went wrong. Each bag had a person's name written on the... Oh, man, that's even worse. So the guy crashes the drone with 4 bags of drugs, and they've got people's name on them, so he's implicating the people for buying it. Awesome. When deputies arrived, they found Brooks outside. He told them he was flying his drone, and I can't believe I crashed in this area, and I'm going in the backyard trying to find my drone. Brooks is a wonderful human being with only 15 felony convictions, that's all. He was charged with possession with the intent to distribute or deliver, among other charges, and is being held without bond. Boy, that was a mouthful just saying it. Can you imagine, like, okay, I'm not, first of all, I'm not advocating a crime or even committing a crime or even trying to tell you how to commit a crime in a better way. That's not the point. My point is, can you imagine if you were flying that drone and you were this guy and you knew what you were doing and you couldn't get your drone back, you know you got those bags with people's names on it. And you know that they're probably going to call the police, especially when they don't answer the door, just hand the drone over. Boy, talking about crapping a brick. I think I'd be crapping a brick the whole entire time, man. That is awful. It's the anxiety. I did shoot the video for Soundwave. That gets released tomorrow. So if you want to see the Soundwave review, please check the channel tomorrow. It'll be released at midnight at my time. Oh, we got to turn this baby around. All right. And I'm still releasing the weekly updates on my city. It's usually every Wednesday. I try to be very consistent with that. So if you're interested in seeing the progress of my city, please check every Wednesday morning. Oh, almost knocked that over. That would have been a disaster. I still don't see 4 bags after this one, but that's what we've got left. We've got 4 bags. So this shall be interesting. Okay. So we're going to place a shovel here. And looks like some sort of ladder on the side here. And yet we have another bag. And we've got another minifigure, and this is minifigure number 4. There's a total of 5 on the set, so all right, here we go. We got this guy here. Let's get him a cup of Joe in his hand. Now, I'm not sure, they didn't give us the little picture to let us know what we're building here, but it doesn't look like we need this for a while, so let's set that aside. I think if we finish this today, which it looks like we might, then tomorrow I'm going to build a set that I need directly for the city. And I'm not going to reveal what it is just yet. But actually, I have two of them. It's the same set. We'll build two of them. We're going to stick it on the beachfront. It's kind of a tourist area. So we'll, and it looks like we will get done with this. All right, so let's switch over to Reddit. We've done this before, and it's where I read situations, and the thread is actually called "Am I the A-hole?" And I do like this thread because people put out their personal business out there, which I'm not trying to be funny about it, but it always makes me laugh because, I mean, there are things that I just would not admit anywhere. There we go. Okay. Okay. This one, I have not pre-read any of these. I'm reading them as I read them with you. So let's decide this situation. I don't know why that just moved. I didn't touch anything. Am I the a-hole for not being able to decide if I, a 29-year-old male, should marry my girlfriend who's 27? Okay. Well, sounds pretty interesting already. He says, I'll keep it short, but I need genuine options. We've been dating for about 2.5 years now. We've had a long live-in situation for a year, too. Okay, well, if you're already calling it long and it's only been a year, that's not that long. So maybe there's some problems here that we're not fully aware of yet. That's what I'm thinking, because a year really isn't that long. Okay, so I like her. She's been with me for my very low times in my life and some very difficult times. Okay, well, maybe it was just a difficult year. Don't want to judge. Listen to me. She listened to me. She helped me emotionally. And I know she's going to stay with me. We have that trust in place. Okay, well, doesn't sound like anything bad so far. Guy's had a crappy year. Girlfriend stood by him. They've been together 2.5 years. I think that's a pretty long time to get to know somebody. Hey, Ricky's Bricks, how's it going? That being said, I was waiting for a critical moment in my career to happen to tell my parents about us, but it didn't happen, and I'm just losing my age with time. She's losing patience. Okay, well, that's going to be a problem right there. And Ricky, I think you said you got the minifigs. Just want to make sure. She's losing patience. Somewhere my parents, too, want me to get married quickly now, and I'm still doing terribly career-wise. Why do people think they have to have things perfect in order to get married? Shoot, I got married at the age of 21. I didn't have a job. Well, yeah, actually, I did by the time we got married. But I was just working a minuscule kind of job that paid a little above minimum wage when we got married. I don't know. Okay. All right. Don't mean to judge. I can be judgy. And says, but apart from that, we have never had sex. Oh, well, you've lived together for 2.5 years. And okay, well, then, all right. I'm starting to see an issue. Maybe she just isn't that into you, buddy. She doesn't like having sex, and I can't remember the last time we did. Well, you just said you never did. So how can you not remember the last time you did? You didn't, right? Okay, that's a little confusing, a little ambiguous. She's a bit lazy on personal tasks and hygiene. Oh. Okay. I'm not going to say anything other than hygiene's important, especially down in nether regions. She has no hobbies other than work, and she works from home, and she does like lying in her bed, and sometimes she barely moves for days. Okay, I'm starting to see why this is a problem. Now I'm saying all this, I like her emotional support that she's given me at this time. When I'm away, I miss her deeply. If she gets sad, I am devastated. That's codependency right there. If she get, I want to force her to change these little things about herself, but again, is that not allowed? Right? You can't force someone to change. People just are who they are, and you either love them that way and decide that you can deal with it, or you move on. You can't force anybody to change. And you can talk to you blue in the face. If the other person doesn't want to change, they're not going to change. So, no, that does not make any sense, buddy. How can you ask someone to change for you? You can't. You can tell them how you feel about it. You can tell them maybe what it does to you. And if they want to change, they will. And if they care enough, they will. But also be prepared for the fact that maybe they don't. And I'm not trying to be mean and cold. I've been married 29 years. And I'm telling you, it's rough. She has excuses for situations which were cute in the beginning, but now it's just like, this is what you'll get. Okay, I told you. She's not going to do anything. She feels the way she feels, and yeah, I kind of figured that was coming. I'm terribly confused how I should go about it. Should I just introduce her to my parents? But then if this happens after our marriage, our house is doomed. But a thought of breaking up is so haunting. She's my best friend, my everything for so long. I am used to her, but marriage in these conditions scare me. What should I do? No, okay, you're not an a-hole, dude. Honestly, I see a lot of red flags. You say she lays in bed a lot. She doesn't take care of herself personal hygiene-wise. That's disgusting. You're also saying that she basically has a very apathetic attitude and doesn't care. I mean, those are some things that you got to decide. Are you going to be able to live with that or not? I personally could not, because I think personal growth and goals are very important. And I have personally tried my hardest to grow every day. And I set goals. I've got a little planner that I have. It's a little notebook. It's not an official planner. It's just a little notebook. And I have a page for every day. And I put down a couple things. Usually it's 3 that I have to get done every day. And I shoot to get those things done. I'm always trying to improve and learn things. So I personally could not live with somebody and be with somebody who doesn't have that same drive, or they don't have that same drive, but similar. Like, I don't care what they want to work towards, just they got to be working towards something, because being stagnant is not possible. If you're not working on something, it's not that you won't grow, you'll actually shrink. Your abilities will shrink, and who you are as a person will shrink, like inside. I cannot see this very well. The gloss is just too much. So, no, my opinion is this guy's not being the a-hole. He has just got himself in a very sticky situation, and he has attached himself to somebody who, I hate to say it, just sounds like they don't give a rip about anything or anyone, really. And I think this guy is misreading the cues and thinking that she's been listening all this time. She probably has listened, but doesn't give a crap, and he doesn't realize it. So, yes, this is the Arctic Explorer lab truck thing. Yeah, let me show you the instruction booklet here. I already threw away the box. Unfortunately, it's this guy here, and it came with this little thing here, and it came with a couple of looks like wolves and a baby wolf, and then it came with this snowmobile. What am I thinking? Star Wars. That's what it is. So what you working on today, Ricky? And how's your day going? I have a similar one from past releases. Yeah, I probably do too. I mean, I don't mean to sound, I know it's going to sound bad. Sometimes I don't know which Legos I have. And I have accidentally bought a second set that I already have. So I have a few duplicates in my in my collection. This is obviously not one of them, but I pretty much have all the Arctic sets. I don't remember another one like this, but if you're saying there is one, I probably have it because this is a city theme, and I collect all city. I try to stay on top of city 100%. Let's move this over a little bit. I used to stay on top of other themes, but it's just gotten to be too expensive, and now I just cut back, and yeah. You don't know what you have either. Yeah. I mean, it's not that you mean to do it, but you just kind of you start collecting, and I mean, some things make it to the back recesses of the closet and other places, and you don't realize. Yeah. All right, so let's set this aside for a minute because we're going to be kind of building a set inside of a set. I did build a small database of my sets, and I have it on my phone. It's in the cloud, so I can access it from anywhere. The problem is sometimes I can't get an internet connection in a store, so I can't access it. And then the other problem is the search function on the database has broken, and I admit I know how to fix it. I haven't taken the time to. So kind of need to. Brought everything from a warehouse and stuck it in my leg room, and it's a mess. Yeah, I understand that one, Ricky. I don't ever want to move, because if I ever did, I've got that moving the Legos alone is going to be a whole moving truck, if not more. I ain't talking about a small one either. I'm talking about a 26-footer. And then when you get to the other side, where am I going to have the room to spread it all out and reorganize it like it is now? And actually, it's not even that greatly organized right now. Kind of got it everywhere. But don't forget, I will be doing a live stream tonight. We'll be doing the Neuschwanstein Castle. We'll be finishing that up tonight. I'm very excited about finishing that. It's a beautiful set. It's a beautiful, real castle in real life. No, it never saw war. It was built by a literal madman. Seems like Germany is. I'm detecting a theme here about producing madmen. Anyway, enough about that. I won't say anything more. Yeah, if we finish this up today, which looks like we're going to because we're already on bag number 8, and there's only 2 more bags after this, we're going to go ahead and do a different set that was not in the lineup, but I just picked it up on Tuesday, and it is one of the One Piece sets from the Netflix series One Piece. And what it is that it I need it for the beach, and I'm gonna stick it on the beach. Thinking of building the Lego bulldozer. Oh, that's awesome, awesome. I also have that one, by the way. I haven't built it yet, but I have that one. Are you primarily a city collector? Okay, yes, and also into cars. Okay. So, do you have any muscle cars in real life or anything, or do you have any classic cars? I'm a bit of a car guy myself. My first car was a '47 Plymouth Coupe. No, I'm not that old. It was a classic back then when I had it, and we fixed her up, and then I sold it. It makes me cry every time I think about it. Anyway, no, you don't have. Oh, Speed Champions. Okay. Well, that's the cheaper way to have classic cars and muscle cars, is Speed Champions, and that's totally okay. Okay, so we've got 2 stickers. The left here, and it's black on black, and I hate that. I cannot see. It's the light absorbs the color, and I just can't see it. Oh, so it's showing a comet here on the screen. And did you guys hear that they supposedly found a comet, but they're saying now it's too smooth or something, and they think it's an alien craft, and it's like something like 12 miles across or something. It's huge. Oh, what's that? All right. Yeah, crazy stuff. All right, so we've got bag number 9, and then we've got bag number 10, and that's it. Oh, man. Well, hopefully the first is around the corner, and I did pre-order the Arkham Asylum, and I also pre-ordered the Wally. So hopefully those come in soon, because I'd sure like to build them. I also did order the all of the Series 5 Bricklink designers. And that I'm looking forward to too. I like those sets. I ordered 2 of each one. All right. Okay, I need to do 2 of those. All right, well, let's go back. I usually miss that when it says 2 of them. I don't know if that means I'm just not smarter than the average bear. I'm not sure what it means. Well, Speed Champions is a series that I have kept on top of, and I do have all of the Speed Champions, by the way. I just think Speed Champions are great because they're just, well, when I first started collecting them, they were right at $20. Now some of them are $30 a piece, but they're just, they're compact little sets, lots of detail, all that, and they're fairly inexpensive. So I enjoy collecting them. And I hope I'm not alone on that. Okay. All right, so we've got this. Now, what do we need to do? There we go. Oh, that's cool. So it's going to have some suspension there. Awesome. All right, now for the monster truck tires. We've got 6 of these tires, and they are a behemoth. Look at the size of these tires, man. I mean, put it up to a minifigure. I mean, they're taller than a minifigure, and the minifigures are supposed to be 6 feet tall in real life. That's some big old tires. Okay, we've got another Am I the... hey, Cajun, how's it going? We've got another case of the Am I the a-hole for not wanting my boyfriend to see his family without me? I would say, without knowing anything, yes, you are an a-hole. Anyway, let's find out the details. Me and my boyfriend have been together for about a year now, and his family's made it really clear they do not like me. Okay, well, there must be a reason. Just saying. They don't like me, and on multiple occasions I've gone behind my back and tempted him to cheat on me and break up with me. Okay, they sound like dirtbags. Cajun, how you doing today? You know, it's Cajun Yeti, so how spicy are things today? They say to him that he can do better, and he should just find another girl, and they will know the type of woman that I am. And they know the type of woman that I am, that I'll never change. Okay, well, sounds like you got some issues. And they literally know nothing about me. Apparently they do. You've been dating them for a year. I think they would know you at least a little bit. I've never been anything but nice to these people and gone out of my way to make them feel comfortable and appreciated. Maybe in your mind you have, but not in real life, because there's definitely some animosity there. I think I'm here. It's a mild day. All right. How's the temperature? Is that mild too? It's definitely mild here. However, I'm up in a loft, so all the heat rises. So it's warm up here, and I got the AC on, but I see outside it's only like 69 degrees. So I got a dirty joke for you, Yeti. A guy goes into a bar, and he sees this really cute girl. And he says to her, he says, well, how about we do a 69? And it's kind of an unusual question, but he asks. And she says, well, I'm a little short on time, so how about we do a 68? And he goes, 68? What is that? I've never heard of it. So she goes, well, that's where you go down on me, and I owe you one. All right, so we got the monster truck tires, and it does have suspension. There we go. And we've got one last bag. Eddie says, no, it's hot today. We need rain. My grass is dying. Yeah, we've had really dry weather here the last month. And just, was it Tuesday? It started raining, and the rain has caused my grass to bounce back a little bit. I'm kind of not in the mood to be doing that. Because although I have free water, because I have water rights, what kind of sucks is that the water rights really doesn't mean much, because you still have to pay for the pump for the well. And that well uses a lot of electricity. So it puts me in the poorhouse when I run that pump a lot. I'd rather have dead grass and a few more Legos. That's my motto. But I have to be kind of careful with that, because we're in a high wildfire prone area. And so I can't let my grass get too dry. It's really not that bad outside. At least we're not in the 90s. Yeah, I can see that. I hope you I hope you do have a good day. Do you have any plans for today? I bet it feels a little bit good to have the kids in school, so you get a little bit of a break every day. And I apologize, I don't know the ages of your kids, and I'm not asking, but I am asking one question. Are all your kids in school, or do you have any that stay home during the day with you? Yeah, dead grass causes fires. Yeah, it does. I will admit that I was very happy the day that all my kids started going to school. It was so nice. None stay home, 17-year-olds and 9. Okay. All right. Well, cool. Then you're at the fun stage. I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding, man. Um, I love my kids. In fact, I wished I had a little bit of money right now because my daughter, Natalie, is going to see my wife this weekend because one of my granddaughters is about 3 hours from my wife. So, yeah. It's peaceful and the house is empty. Yeah, I can imagine. All right, so we need to put this guy on here. All right, I'm sure next is the roof here. Oh, man, I would do that. All right, let's get this going then. Yes, I will be doing a live stream tonight for the Neuschwanstein Castle Part 4, the final chapter. Nice and quiet so my fat ass can start practicing my yoga again. I'm only joking. I don't you do yoga. I'm just Oh, Yeti, I heard a good joke about this. I hope you don't mind me sharing. And I'm not making fun of you, dude. I'm fat too, dude. So we're in the same club as far as I'm concerned. But I heard a joke that said, I lost 400 pounds over the last 10 years. The only problem is I've gained 450 in that same time period. And that's definitely me. I am going live at 6 my time, 7 your time. And if you have time, I would love to have you on. I would not want to be the engineer at Lego that has to figure out how to get these into bags, using the automated system. All right, I'll do that, sir. I appreciate that. This is a weird looking dome. Kind of looks like a miniature observatory that you see up on a mountaintop looking at stars. All right, look at that, guys. In one stream, hour and a half, we got this sucker done. So what does this sucker have? This sucker has suckers everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. No. All right, so we've got the truck. I love this truck. This is a monster tires. Keep in mind, Lego minifigures are supposed to be 6 feet tall. So you stick them next to this, and look at this. The tires are taller than a 6-foot man. That is freaking huge. All right. So we got this guy here. It's got a mobile lab in the back here. The tops do pop off, just like the ladies. I mean, sorry. And it has 2 beds. It has a couch eating area, a little kitchenette, and a little place to do your business. It's actually kind of simple. I'm kind of surprised there's 1,000 pieces here, but there is 1,000 pieces here. And then we've got this little thing here. It's a little hideout for some wolves. I guess one's the mom, one's the dad. The reason I say that is we got a child. And then we've got the snowmobile. And we've got a couple of minifigures. Total of 5 in this set. And this is that's everything for this set. So if you guys would, if you appreciate my effort, like the video, live stream, please hit that like button. And subscribe if you haven't already. If you're over on Rumble, give it a rumble. And you guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Please join me for my live stream tonight at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. Like I said, we'll be finishing the Neuschwanstein Castle. All right, guys, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. And just because Yeti's here, I'm going to say love, peace, and chicken grease.